Hello everyone, welcome back to Joy's Creative Finger. Today I've built a water park as requested by Juicy, who left a couple of messages asking for this type of build. It was an obvious choice for me because it's the time of the year when the weather is quite hot around different parts of the world, and water parks, pools, and even community center pools are the popular destination. Now that we can place items indoors and outdoors interchangeably, it's been very useful in creating a more interesting exterior for any build. For instance, I've used a mixture of different lights, like the purpley one right at the corner, that's the plasma table lamp, and then I have the stylish table lamp and the tall floor lamp. Because they're different heights, I was able to create an arch type of pattern running up to the top of the entrance and then going down at the sides. I thought that was quite nice. And it's like a wave. The high point is the entrance. I mean, I've crammed so much into the front, like these seashells and these scientific lamps. I think they look like bubbles, and so there's like a pool at the top of the building here. It's imaginary anyway. The other thing is I have this surfer van parked out front with surfing boards on top. A lot of surfers come to this water park because the water park is by the beach, so that's great. And the plants on either side are meant to be seaweeds in some way. I think I did everything I could to make it look as aqua as possible. Now we're going to quickly go in, and once we get through the open arch and then the set of doors, you get into a large open space. You have to assume that there's a glass wall before the reception, so when you walk in you can see the reception, but you have to access your way in through either of these sides where you've got the white arches. Now, for public, commercial, or community properties, it's preferred to have large entryway systems so that the human traffic can come through freely without that claustrophobic feeling, and that's what I've created for an entrance. On the left and right, I have storage for surfboards. So assuming you came here and you didn't have a surfboard, then you'd speak to a member of staff and they would rent one out to you for the day. I've also placed these slip and slide pool items by the side. It's purely decorative for the front part anyway, but it's nice alongside the surfboards, you know. Now in my reception I've placed some urban chairs diagonally and they look quite wavy. The goal was to create an aqua effect in the space, and that's why I've also used these scientific floor lamps again, because they look like bubbles. And the sun sculptures on either side of the reception, in my opinion, are snowflakes. They look cooling. These receptionists are the ones who are responsible for attending to everyone who walks in through the doors, and they also direct you to the male or female dressing rooms through which you have access to the water park. So on the right here is the access way for the girls, and when they come in through that door, there's a nice dressing room. You've got your robes, you've got a seating area, and you have to imagine that this glass double door is frosted, so you can't see them taking a shower. But on the left and right of that shower unit area, we have these cubicle doors, which are great. We get them from the wedding update. And we have the WC unit area where more private functions take place. I was quite happy that I could use this flooring in the bathroom from the penthouse update. It's quite useful in here. The beach towel on the floor is meant to be a signature rug in the girls' dressing room. They also have a towel rack where they can change into different colors of towel robes if they wanted to. But once they're done cleaning up and changing into their swimwear, they can come out into this corridor, lock away private belongings, and enjoy the water park. It's the same setup for the boys, so when you come into the reception, you would then turn left into the boys' dressing room. She's obviously coming in from the water park, so this is the way you would come out if you were leaving. It's the same setup as mentioned before, and they have a signature rug as well. I think it's got a dolphin. It's got a dolphin on it. I think it's quite nice, and I chose to place these different rugs, which are beach towels, in either of the dressing rooms, which are color coordinated with their space. So that's what we have for this ground floor entrance to the water park. Now bear in mind I built this on a DIY mansion plot. That's why I have the special patio paving, which is quite nice because it coordinates with the interior flooring as well. And I managed to wrap it around the water park too. Now I'm going to get this sim to go upstairs to the dining area, and just before she gets up there, I wanted you to see the shower stand that faces the water park. We've got some girls taking a shower out here, and they're in this section because it's closer to the dressing rooms for the girls, and it's the same thing on the other side. The boys are taking a shower here because it's closer to the boys' dressing room. So they just get to clean off a little with their swimwear on, and then of course maybe sit on a beach chair or just come up here and get something to eat. Now, as is the case in any theme park or water park or any of these public spaces that have a lot of people come around, you have to have a section where people come and sit down and eat, or at least they're able to purchase food to nourish themselves because they spend quite a few hours in that place. Now, a number of my Sims are already hungry and they've taken a seat up here to get something to eat. I placed this table here just to fill in the space. It's also got 2 fish in it, so that's quite nice. Anything aqua will do in this build. This restaurant area seats at least 16 Sims, so that's fair enough. I mean, there are quite a number of Sims here that I've brought into this water park to have fun, but do realize that for most of you, you can only have 10 Sims, so 16 seating is more than enough. And one more thing, it's called the Juicy Juice Bar. That's the name of the simmer who requested that I build a water park. Now, I've used these Ice Palace archways because they're wavy, and that's quite nice. It has that fluid appearance, and it's blue and it's cooling, so it works well in this water park for me. At least that's what I think. And the underwater theme wallpaper also works nicely together with those archways. I'm going to get this sim to come round to the back of the kitchen. She walks past another seating area. It's like a window service here, so you can sit on these high bar stools and order food from the window, quickly eat something, and then go back to the water park. Now, my sim is standing in the sink area where dishes get washed and cutlery, but she's not going to be able to get any further into this kitchen area because she's not allowed to. Those pizza boxes block her out, but these 2 doors lead out to where I have my staff who attend to the rest of the Sims who are attending this water park. They get fed and nourished, and there's a beautiful view of the water park itself from where they are seating. Now, I have an office in the corner over here. This would be where the logs will be kept for the chlorine levels, and staff attendance and so on and so forth. It's not that large, but it's functional, and the boss seems to be around and about somewhere. Now, on this angle here, we have more seating by the window, and that totals 24 seats for this restaurant. Now, I'm going to get my sim to come up to the last floor. You can go via either staircase on both sides of this restaurant. She's going up the right-hand staircase, and it takes her to the baby sea life lounge. Now, this particular level is for babies and toddlers, and we have well-trained staff who take your babies. So if you choose to have your baby while you come to this theme park, you can bring your kids up here to be taken care of and well looked after. Obviously, they have contact for you if anything goes wrong, but you can certainly leave them here because they're well trained. They get to teach them to play in the water, to swim in the water, in shallow water of course. And I didn't think it was fair that the little ones can't come to the water park because you can't really do anything with them, right? The babies would just crawl around, and you can't put them in the pool. You can't put the toddlers in the pool either, so it was a good idea to create a special place for them up here. The parents are also more than welcome to come up here and stay with the children here if they wanted to. You do have clingy parents. They have a television here. They can watch Finding Nemo or Finding Dory, and they have a view of some beautiful fishes in the aquarium there too. I think it's a nice space for them up here, and you have to imagine that the railing is a lot higher than that, and it's very safe for them at this level. Now you can see that the Sea Life Lounge has a great view of the water park, as does the dining area as well. It was specially built that way so that wherever you were in the build, apart from the reception and the dressing rooms obviously, you would have a great view of this outdoors and the fun that is going on out here. Now this is the pirate section. It's the pirate section because it has the most scary ride in the water park. And there's this bell that goes off when the ride is ready to load up more people, more Sims to get on it. And I thought I'd create something in that section, so it's such that when you walk into the park, that's the first thing you see. It's quite large, it's huge, and it's massive, and it brings the excitement that the water games are about to begin. The only thing is the time duration on these rides are super short. 5 seconds, 6 seconds. It could be better, maybe repetitive like the diving boards. Well, this is how much fun these rides could be. I think something like that, but on a repeat cycle. Maybe 6 goes or 7 goes. I mean, the water ball game here goes for 24 minutes at the longest, and that's fantastic. You get to watch them doing something. I'm just going to get Kylie here to, well, she can't use the slip and slide. Yeah, because she's a teen. So I'm going to have to get one of these preteens off. Let's see, Andrew, let's get him off. To use the slip and slide. See, 5 seconds. Wouldn't it be great if he could just go into it repeatedly for maybe 10 goes? I think that would be nice. I don't quite understand the whole 5 seconds thing. It's beyond me. I don't know. Let's get Kylie then to use this one. 7 seconds. And the green one over here. Oh, is he not done? He's not done, is he? Yeah, they just freeze for some reason when they come out the end. This is also 7 seconds as well. So this is what I'm saying. You would have to literally keep on clicking on these slides and rides to get them to use it. And that becomes a little bit tedious and the fun is out, really. But watching them do it repeatedly would be quite nice. We do have the giant floats where the preteens are racing away. It'd be nice if they could move around in circles or something, you know, in a spot, and then maybe fall off and get back on. That's just what I think. And it's good that they go for like 2 hours with the preteens, and then I think it's like 40 minutes for an adult. So they get to keep wiggling around in a spot for 2 hours. So that's interesting. While the adults and some teens are sitting on these floating chairs. And that's nice. I have about 72 Sims on site, so I didn't want them all in the pool. It would be way too crowded. There just isn't enough plot size for a large water park to contain them all, to be active in some way. So most of them are sitting out on the recliner seats and enjoying the sun, while perhaps the younger ones are enjoying the other games. And then of course I conveniently placed a number of Sims up in the restaurant and the toddlers and babies on the highest level. That way they are spread out evenly in the space, doing one thing or another while they enjoy their day out. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate the comments, the suggestions, and all the ideas on what to build and showcase on the channel. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.